Moms on magic mushrooms. Scientists are looking at the psychedelic drug as a treatment for postpartum depression.
West 2's Alan Campbell talked with a mom and doctors who say this could be the medicine of the future.
We've greatly misjudged and misprioritized the mental health of mothers in general, and we've gotten a lot of it wrong.
Tracy T is the founder and CEO of Moms on Mushrooms. It's a group that helps educate women about magic mushrooms and a compound called psilocybin and how it can help mothers dealing with trauma or depression.
Microdosing and magic mushrooms, I really believe, has emerged at this time to offer another solution that may not be for everyone. Studying it for postpartum in particular, it's like a no-brainer for me.
Health researchers at the University of South Florida are investigating the effects of psilocybin and if it can help treat major depressive disorders, postpartum depression, and other conditions.
What we're eventually trying to move towards are these medications that can be FDA approved, just like any other medication that you might take.
Magic mushrooms are illegal in the state of Florida, classified as a Schedule I drug, in the same category as cocaine and heroin, but researchers believe if they can prove psilocybin helps with depressive episodes, it can be something prescribed in the future.
If you can show that the substance does have a medical property that's valuable to it and outweighs any sorts of risks, suddenly we can start to move what schedule it's on and then get it approved to be a medication just like anything else.
Psilocybin works by targeting serotonin receptors within the brain. It then enhances a patient's sensory input, meaning psychedelics may be capable of disrupting the neural networks in the development of depression.
What if we use a smaller dose? What if we use a dose that activates the serotonin receptor but doesn't cause as much of those side effects that we're not looking for?
Tracy says the stigma around magic mushrooms is a thing of the past and should be more like a medical treatment.
The idea is that A, you're not high, and that it's mimicking and still working in the brain and in the body in the same way that a large dose journey does. That's like transformative effects, but we're doing it in smaller amounts over time incrementally. So that you're able to go about your day. It really needs to be paired with something because it's not a passive magic pill in the same way that an antidepressant is. You don't just take it and sit back and kind of wait for it to happen. You do really want to work with the medicine.
The National Institutes of Health says roughly 30% of patients with major depressive disorder have treatment-resistant depression. A Johns Hopkins study says researchers found 2 doses of psilocybin produce rapid and large reductions in depressive symptoms.
You actually really need to put it into practice, and so that's why we do things like clinical trials to first detect, are there side effects there that we weren't expecting? Is this actually something real that's going on in the brain that's different or better than some of the medications that we already have on the market?
I think there's a really beautiful place for psychedelics to slide in and support a lot of people.
Again, magic mushrooms are illegal here in Florida. They're a Schedule I controlled substance at the state and federal level. Possession of psilocybin mushrooms is a felony and comes with significant fines, probation, and potential prison time. The Sunshine State also passed a recent ban on mushroom spores, even though they don't contain psilocybin. Dr. Wagner says clinical trials will continue and more data and research will be collected to maybe one day get FDA approval. For West 2, I'm Alan Campbell.